Picture this for a moment. You're going through your mail or checking emails like any normal day. Nothing unusual. Then you see a notice from a U.S. government agency. At first, it looks routine, just another official letter, but as you start reading, your heart sinks. The letter says there's an issue with a foreign bank account you didn't report, an account you barely remember, maybe one you opened years ago in your home country, maybe one with just a few $1,000s in it. The notice mentions penalties, possible account freezes, and for green card holders or people applying for citizenship, something even more frightening. Your immigration file could be reviewed. You sit there thinking, how is this even possible? You've paid your taxes. You've never tried to hide anything. You've lived honestly. And yet suddenly, a small account from another country is putting your finances and your future in the United States at risk. Let me be very clear right now. This is not a scary story meant to panic you. This is real. Situations like this are already happening, and they're about to become far more common. And they're directly connected to a new banking and reporting system, taking effect starting in 2026. Before you feel anxious, take a breath. You're not in trouble just for watching this. In fact, being here now puts you ahead of most people. For years, I've helped seniors, immigrants, green card holders, and long-term U.S. residents understand financial and immigration rules that are often confusing and poorly explained. I work with people who are retired, people living on fixed incomes, people supporting family members overseas, and people trying to build a stable life in the United States while doing everything the right way. I know how overwhelming this feels when you're already dealing with health concerns, retirement planning, or immigration paperwork. The last thing you expect is for a forgotten bank account overseas to suddenly become a serious legal issue. Most people I help are not hiding money. They simply didn't know the rules applied to them, or they assumed small or old accounts didn't matter. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what is changing in 2026, why people over 60 and green card holders are being affected the most, and what simple steps you can take right now to protect yourself completely. No legal jargon, no fear tactics, just clarity. Here's what's changing. Starting with the 2026 calendar year, the U.S. government is rolling out a much stricter and more automated foreign account reporting system. This affects the tax returns and reports you'll file in early 2027. And this is not just a small update to an old form, it's a major shift in how foreign financial information is tracked, shared, and enforced. Under the old system, most people only had to worry about reporting foreign accounts if the total value of all their foreign accounts went over $10,000 at any point during the year. For many people, that meant these rules never even came up. That's changing. If you are over 60 years old, or if you were not born a U.S. citizen, that reporting threshold is being lowered. In many cases, it drops to around $5,000. In some situations, depending on immigration status, it can be even lower. That means a small savings account, a modest pension, or a temporary increase in balance for just one day can now trigger mandatory reporting. And it's important to understand this is not about how much income the account earns. It's not about whether you withdrew money. It's about the highest balance the account reached at any time during the year. What's also changing is what counts as a foreign financial account. It's no longer just checking or savings accounts. Foreign retirement plans, pensions, life insurance policies with cash value, prepaid cards, digital wallets held with foreign institutions, and even certain ownership interests in foreign property or businesses can now fall under these rules. Many people hear this and think, but that's not really an account. Unfortunately, the new system doesn't care how you think about it. It only cares that the financial connection exists and where it's located. This hits seniors and immigrants harder for a simple reason. Their lives often span multiple countries. Seniors may have worked abroad decades ago. Immigrants often maintain small financial ties to family back home. These connections were normal long before these reporting rules existed. The government knows this, and instead of focusing on education, they are focusing on visibility. The biggest change of all is how information is now shared. In the past, different government agencies operated in silos. Today, that's ending. Tax data, foreign account reports, and immigration records are now being cross-checked automatically. If something appears in one place but not another, the system flags it instantly. There's no human judgment at the first stage. No, this seems minor. Just a notice generated by a computer. That's why "I didn't know" is no longer enough. Not because people are dishonest, but because the system assumes everything should match perfectly. I want to share a real situation that shows how this plays out. Maria was 72 years old. She immigrated to the U.S. decades ago, became a permanent resident, worked her entire life, and retired on a modest income. Back in her home country, she kept a small savings account with about $8,000 in it. She used it occasionally to help family members. Maria always filed her U.S. tax returns. She never owed money. She assumed everything was fine. What she didn't know was that she was required to report that foreign account. No one ever explained it to her. For years, nothing happened. Then new reporting questions appeared on her tax return. She didn't fully understand them and was afraid of answering incorrectly. A few months later, she received a notice. Her account had been identified through foreign bank reporting. Penalties were assessed. Her citizenship application was delayed. Eventually, with help, she was able to correct the mistake and reduce the penalties. But the stress, cost, and fear she went through were completely avoidable. Here's the most important part. You are not powerless. There are things you can do right now. Start by making a simple list of every foreign financial connection you have, even small ones. Accounts you rarely use still count. Review whether you've ever been required to file foreign account reports in the past. If you realize something was missed, addressing it voluntarily is far safer than waiting for a notice. Start gathering records early. Foreign banks can take time to respond. Keep everything organized. And if you receive foreign income, make sure it's reported correctly, even if it's taxed in another country. For green card holders and future citizens, remember this. Financial compliance is now closely tied to immigration review. Good records protect you. Confusion creates delays. Let's bring this home. The new 2026 banking rule lowers reporting thresholds, expands what must be reported, and uses automated data sharing to catch inconsistencies. The penalties can be serious, but they are avoidable. Preparation equals protection. If this information helped you, please share it with your parents, grandparents, or anyone you know who has financial ties outside the U.S. Many people have no idea this is coming, and if you want to stay informed as these rules evolve, consider subscribing so you don't miss future updates. Everything shared here is for general education only, not legal or tax advice. Everyone's situation is different. If you have questions, speak with a qualified professional who can review your specific circumstances. You're doing the right thing by learning now. Stay informed, stay prepared, and protect your peace of mind.